Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For today's video we'll be using a 6.5mm hook, and I'm using two different skeins of 100-gram acrylic yarn. So to start off, we'll be making some chains. Now you want to work in a multiple of threes, so you make any chain that's a multiple of 3 plus 1. So first off, make a slip knot. So you yarn over and pull through the yarn on your hook, and then you pull on the end to tighten your stitch. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through. So you want to work this till you have the number of chains that's enough for your shoulders or how wide you want your mesh top to be. So work in multiples of 3 and chain 1. So once you've got your chains, you want to go into the second stitch from your hook and work in a single crochet. To make a single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, and then pull through both loops on your hook. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through. So keep working in a single crochet in between every single chain you have. Make sure you don't skip any chains. So insert your hook, yarn over, and then pull through. That's a single crochet. And when you get to the end of your chain, we're going to start the mesh stitch. So you chain up 6, and then once you've got in your chain, you're going to turn your work. Once you turn your work, you're going to skip in that stitch that you got your chain 6. You chain up 6, then you skip the stitch that got your chain 6, and you're going to work into the third stitch from your chain. So you count out 2 and then work into the third stitch. So for the mesh stitch, we're going to be using a treble crochet. To make a treble crochet, you want to yarn over twice and then go into the third stitch from your chain. Insert your hook, and then you yarn over, pull through, and pull through 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops. Pull through another 2. You have 2 loops now. Now pull through all 2 loops. And that's how we make our treble crochet. Once you've gotten your first treble crochet, you're going to chain up 2. Now you're going to yarn over twice and work your stitch into the third stitch from your hook. So make another treble crochet, pull through, yarn over 2 loops, yarn over the second 2 loops, and yarn over the third one. So we keep working the mesh stitch till we get to the end. Chain 2, yarn over, and insert your hook and keep pulling through 2 loops until you get to the last 2 loops on your hook. So once you get to the end of your mesh stitch, it's time to start the second row of your mesh stitch. So to begin your second row, you're going to chain up 6 again. So make 6 chains. turn your work, and then make a treble crochet into the stitch where you made your last treble crochet. Make sure to go under the V of your treble crochet. So insert your hook and make a treble crochet in the stitch where you made your last treble crochet. Sorry, it's a bit noisy here. So we've made our first treble crochet in the second row. So chain up 2, make a treble crochet into the stitch where your first treble crochet was on like the first row. Once you get to the end of your treble crochet for the second round, you make sure you work the last stitch into the 4th chain of your chain 6 when working your second row. Make your last treble crochet on the 4th chain of the chain 6. Now chain up 6, turn your work, and then make treble crochets into the stitch of your previous treble crochet. You keep working in that stitch. Once you get to the length that you want, you can end your stitch there. So I made a total of 12 rows of mesh crochet. I made a total of 12 rows. You can add more rows if you want your top to be a bit longer, and you can add fewer rows if you want your top to be shorter. So to end the first part of the top, we're going to work in a half double crochet on the top part of the top. So to make a half double crochet, you yarn over and insert your hook into the stitch that has your last treble crochet, the stitch where you made your chain 1. So you work a half double crochet into that stitch. To make a half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook, and then you have 3 loops on your hook. So you yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So insert your hook into the chain 2 spaces, make 1 half double crochet and another half double crochet. So in each chain 2 space, we will be making 2 half double crochets, and in each treble crochet space, we'll be making 1 half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch of your treble crochet, pull through, and then pull through all 3 loops. So for each chain 2 space, you'll be making 2 half double crochets and then 1 half double crochet into the treble crochet stitch. Now we're going to work this stitch till the end of the top, and then you can cut your yarn and make your second row. So now we have our second panel for the top, and it's time to connect the shoulders. When connecting for your shoulders, make sure you leave enough space for your head. So I'll be for my shoulders, I'll be leaving in 6 stitches. So I'll count my 6 stitches, and then I'll join it from the 6th stitch to the end of the top. So here we have our mesh top. I've joined the sides of both panels, and I've crocheted and joined the shoulder parts. So this is what your top should look like after you've joined the sides and the shoulders. Now it's time to work in the sleeves. So you should insert your hook anywhere where the two panels meet, like where you joined them. Then you insert your hook and pull your yarn out. So for this part, we're going to be working in single crochets. You can add as much single crochets you want into the armhole space. Adding more stitches would make your sleeve wider. So if you don't want your sleeves to be wider, you add in less stitches. So working single crochets into every stitch. So for my armhole sleeve, I'm adding in 3 single crochets in the biggest spaces, and in the treble stitches I'm adding 1 single crochet. You can add more rows of single crochet if you want your sleeve to be wider. So when you get to the end of your armhole, you're going to make a slip stitch into the very first single crochet. And now as we started the mesh top, once we have our single crochet, we're going to chain up 6, skip 2, and work in our treble crochet to make the mesh stitch, just as how we started at the top. So chain up 6 and then skip 2 and make your mesh. When you get to the end of your mesh stitch row, you're going to slip stitch into the 4th chain of your chain 6. So insert your hook, pull through, and then pull through the 1 loop on your hook. You're going to work this stitch until you have the length that you want your sleeve to be. If you want a long sleeve, you make more rows. If you want a shorter sleeve, you make lesser rows. So chain 6 and work your treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch. So you keep working this mesh stitch until you get the length of the sleeve you want. So when you get to the end of your row, slip stitch into the 4th chain of your chain 6. And this is what our top looks like. Add more rows if you want a longer sleeve. I hope the video was helpful, and thank you so much for watching.